Hello and welcome to Moment of Truth on Labour Social. I'm Graham Hughes. There was an interview this week between Michel Barnier and Robert Peston. They covered a variety of issues, but I just want to show a short clip of something that Barnier said, which I think is incredibly relevant to all of us who hope to reverse the economic suicide that is Brexit.
Labour is opposed to rejoining. Obviously, the Conservatives are opposed to rejoining. Even the Liberal Democrats say they don't want to rejoin. But millions of British people currently say it was a mistake. In fact, a majority of British people say it was a mistake to leave the EU, according to latest opinion polls. How long would it take, if a future British government decided to reapply, how long would it take to get back in again?
Speaking about the previous subject, I feel good in my shoes. I feel good also in my head. It's important. Frankly speaking, it is the choice for the British people to decide.
No, that's plainly true. But
if and when,
if there was a process,
the door is open any time. I always say that during negotiation, after negotiation, the door remains open.
And there you have it, folks. The door is open. People cry out that we're not democratic enough to rejoin. We'll have to adopt the euro. We will have to be part of Schengen. And yes, we're not going to get the kind of deal that we had in the past, but the EU is nothing if not willing to negotiate. The door is open. The thing is that it's not just in the UK's interest to rejoin the EU, but it's also in the EU's interest to not have a major economic rival on its doorstep. Let me be clear, the only thing stopping us from rejoining the EU is ourselves. The leading Brexiters know this. This is why they're trying to set things up so we cannot rejoin the EU without having to pay some massive financial penalty for doing so. It's one of the reasons why the Tories were so keen on signing these terrible, terrible trade deals. It had nothing to do with improving the UK's economy and everything to do with binding the hands of future governments. If we drop out of these deals, we will have to pay them more than we ever got out of them, if anything. There is no equivalent of Article 50 when dealing with standard free trade deals. However, there is a good chance that these deals, rather than making us money, actually end up costing us money. A country flooded with hormone-injected, environment-destroying beef from the other side of the planet for a few years until the vast majority of British beef farmers are put out of business would be helpless if the Aussie farmers decided then to hike the prices up. When that happens, if that happens, it will be cheaper to pay the financial penalty to get the hell out of these toxic deals. Then it wouldn't be a case of if we'll rejoin the EU, but when. The line they like to spin is that even if 99% of British people want to rejoin the EU, they won't have us after all the trouble we've caused. That's a lie. Michel Barnier said it himself. The door is open.